You're listening to The Manning Report with your host, James David Manning. The news behind the headlines.
Do you believe Lindsey Graham is gay? I heard somebody say, yeah. I think Little Baby said, yeah. I mean, because when he was hanging out with John McCain, no, he's not married. Logically, if I was in the logic class, I was in Dr. David's logic class, my first year of college. If the answer that I believe that Lindsey Graham is gay, then I would have, the next question would be, do I believe John McCain was gay? Ooh, oh. I mean, because those two hang out together, right? My mama said birds of a feather hang out together. Now, I'm not impugning John McCain. I don't want to be gay. I don't know that. I don't know about that. I know he's married, been married a few times. That's not always a reason to believe that somebody ain't gay, because they got married. But at any rate, Lindsey Graham, whether he's gay or not, he definitely ain't straight. How do you like that? Because this guy has done a 180-degree flip on what he says about Tribulation Trump. Everybody says the reason why he's doing this now is because he's afraid he's going to get primaried down in South Carolina. He's going to lose his seat as senator. So he's sucking up to Trump. But before Trump became president, and shortly thereafter, he was saying all kinds of things about Trump. I hope we got the right clip. Mr. Engineer, roll that clip. I think it's clip number 1. And watch how Lindsey Graham excoriates Tribulation Trump. I mean, all the things he says about him. And now, you would think Tribulation Trump was Jesus Christ incarnated again. Go ahead, Mr. Engineer.
I just can't go where Donald Trump takes the party and the country.
His policies are really bad for the country.
He's not fit to be president of the United States. He is empowering radical Islam. He's becoming a jackass.
I think he's a kook. I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office.
Donald Trump is not strong. He's actually weak. He's a bully. He's a cartoon character. I think Donald Trump is a political car wreck.
Trump's foreign policy is a complete disaster.
He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. I don't know if anybody's worse than Trump. If he continues to do what he's doing, he's destroying the party.
We get slaughtered as a party if Donald Trump's our nominee, and quite frankly, we would deserve it.
You know, a lot of people are saying that Lindsey Graham is saying this about Trump because he wants to not get primaried in South Carolina and potentially lose his Senate seat in the great state, the Palmetto State of South Carolina. And that may be true. But I think there's something more critical going on here, like there is with Falwell Jr. Falwell Jr. has full-throatedly endorsed Tribulation Trump and then led other evangelicals to support Tribulation Trump. But it appears that Falwell Jr.'s wife was getting it on with some young 23-year-old Cuban down there in the Fontainebleau and got busted. And it's on tape, video. And that Falwell Jr., and now Reuters reported this going back a couple of months ago, and that Falwell Jr. paid $1.8 million to this 23-year-old Cuban pool cleaner to buy the tapes, and then arranged for a bank in Virginia where Falwell Jr. does all his banking for Liberty University to arrange for a $3-some million loan to set up a flop house hotel down there in South Beach, Miami. And Michael Cohen was able to find out about this, Donald Trump's fixer, and pulled Donald Trump's coat to it. And Donald Trump told Falwell, if you don't support me in your Christian organization, let me come speak at your school and get behind me, I'm going to tell the world what you and your wife was doing down there with that 23-year-old boy down there in the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami Beach. And so Falwell is on the hook now for nearly $5 million to keep that business quiet. You know, I tell you this, they come to blackmail you like, yeah, do like Jeff Bezos do, just let it hang out, they just put it out there. You know, I ain't getting you no money, but this Cuban boy, you know, and it's all that money, and now he's got to support and suck up to somebody like Donald Trump. That's what I think is happening with Lindsey Graham. I think that Lindsey Graham is on the hook as well. I think there's something going on with Lindsey Graham. Remember Denny Hastert, Speaker of the House? Denny Hastert, right? He's a wrestling coach out in Ohio for many years, Ohio, Indiana, one of those states. Denny Hastert, right? And became Speaker of the House after what's his face, that other freak down there whose daddy was a black man. Newt Gingrich, Newt, yeah, that's why I figured. Well, he must be black because his name Newt, who would name it. Anyway, so Denny Hastert, right, became Speaker of the House. That's the third most powerful position on the planet. And Denny Hastert had a secret. Denny Hastert had a secret when he was a wrestling coach in the Indiana college, someplace out there. He was having sex with one of his boys out there, several of them, quite frankly. And one of them started blackmailing Denny, and Denny started paying in, and it was getting up into the millions and millions and millions of dollars. And finally, you know, after all these years and years and years and years to try to keep it quiet, it came out anyway. And Hastert went there to go to jail. So I think the same thing is happening with Jerry Falwell, but I think even more poignantly, it's happening with this Lindsey Graham guy. Something going on. I don't know what it is. But Lindsey, who ain't married, ain't got no wife, you never seen no woman on that boy's arm. You ain't never seen no woman on that boy's arm. And then he said all those things about Trump, that he's a kook, he think he's crazy, he's unfit to be president, he's a con man, he's a liar. Now all of a sudden, Lindsey Graham can't praise Trump enough. I mean, when Lindsey Graham started talking about Trump, now you think you're in a church meeting somewhere in South Carolina, the praise is so high. I think Trump got something on him. I think Trump got something on a whole lot of people, you know, because all these people, you know, you live some lives and the things that they've done, and Trump has found out about it. You know, J. Edgar Hoover was a specialist at finding things on people and then uses it against them politically. This is a bit of a news blog we do, looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting, rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.